hoping that we'll be able to further this message throughout our country, because as you well know, there is about 4,000 people that are presently on the waiting list, and this includes a lot of men, women, and children. A lot of children that are on the waiting list, and those individuals and the families are going through a desperate time. They don't know how much longer their loved ones have, and you know, they're going through a very desperate time. And here's what we can do. As I traveled through Canada, I talked to a lot of people. As a matter of fact, I must have regurgitated my message millions and millions of times over and over and over and over again. And what I found out was two things. First of all, every single person I've talked to, 99.9%, want to donate their organs. And I've talked to millions of people. They want to donate. They have a willingness to do that. They want to do it. And yet, we're suffering as having the lowest rate in our country. There's a lot of organs going to waste. So, there's something wrong with this picture. People want to donate their organs. The message is getting out. You know, sign your card and make sure you express this wish to your family, because the family's going to make the final decision. Something's not happening here, and I think what we seriously need to look at is what can we do to possibly maybe improve our system. We've been operating under a system called family consent, and it takes a very courageous few that will be able to support at that moment, because as the good doctor described, it is a very difficult moment when you're approaching the family at that moment, and it takes an incredible amount of courage, and it doesn't happen to all the families where they're able to say yes. You know, and as a result, we have organs that are going underground. And that person wanted to donate their organs, and then the family afterwards live with a lot of anger and regret because they don't get a second shot at it. Plus, we live in a country where Canadians are very busy with their lives. Even though they have the willingness and desire to make this donation, sometimes they don't get around to doing it. They don't get around to signing that card. They don't get around to expressing this wish to their family. The solution is simple. We can do what other countries have been doing, and they've been showing a remarkable success in their countries. They use a system called precious consent. What they did was, after finding out that their country overwhelmingly supported the idea, they registered everybody on a databank. And those people that didn't want to be on that databank could take their names off. That way there was no missed opportunities, because what we have to look, we all know what the precious gifts of life is when somebody makes that donation. We know how many, in a positive way, how many people are getting affected, lives are getting saved, individuals' tissues are getting restored, families are overjoyed because their loved ones are getting saved, friends of those loved ones are overjoyed because they're getting, you know, one decision saves over, or positively affects over 1,000 people. We know that this works, and it's a cure. People that receive organs are living very healthy lives. They become productive members of society. They are no longer reliant on machines. So we know that this works. Why not maximize the situation? Have a data bank where everybody could be registered. We wouldn't have any missed opportunities. None. We have to maximize this. There's 4,000 people that are on the waiting list, and we can look at it like people on the Twin Towers. I mean, everybody did everything they possibly could to make sure that those people are going to get saved. We have to have that same perception and outlook in our country to make sure that we're doing everything possible to give those 4,000 people a better chance to survive. And that's what we're hoping to do after I finish this one. We're going to be campaigning very hard to try and pass legislation. So we're going to be revisiting all the communities we've gone through. If we have to put a petition together, I'm confident we can get millions of signatures that are going to support this. So, you know, it doesn't stop here. It doesn't stop today. You know, this is something that we have to keep working at, and we have to make sure that Canada's going to rise from the bottom to the top where we belong. And I know that everybody is passionate about this, that came here today, and together we can make a difference. I want to also acknowledge Sean, who came out to be my road manager when I was in Quebec, and I had nobody, and he agreed to come out, and it wasn't, well, I'm not going to say it. When you don't know how to speak French, it's hard, but you know what, Sean did an incredible job coming out there. He did it on behalf of, because he lost his best friend, and I'll tell you, I was with this guy every day, and he put every ounce of his passion and his work towards it. And I want to thank Sean for coming out and helping out during that time. Thank you, Sean. And I also want to thank Source of Sports. This is Jennifer Wilson here. She's the assistant marketing person. They've also been helping out as our only corporate sponsor. We pretty well did this on a zero budget, and I guess we can show people that if you just, well, maybe you got to be a little bit insane, but if you just put enough hard work into anything, you can make it happen, even if you've got no dough, you know. And so, but I do want to thank Source of Sports for helping out. And once again, to Debbie, Butch, all the family and all the friends here, thank you for making this a special day for me today. Thank you.
All of Debbie and Butch's friends for being here today and supporting them through such a difficult time in their lives. They wouldn't have been where they are today if it wasn't for all of you. Debbie has worked incredibly hard on organizing Michael's Day in Oakville, and I want to thank all those that gave her a helping hand along the way, and everybody that scrambled cutting fruits and picking up all the last-minute things that took hours instead of minutes. I'd like to welcome once again Debbie Blagojevich to say her final thank yous.
Okay, first of all, Butch and I are so excited that Al's Cartage of Kitchener provided us with that incredible tractor trailer for our walk. Talk about getting the word out. That sure did it. Step by step, would like to thank Sheridan College for creating our posters and providing copies that are posted all over Oakville today. And OTMH for the great send-off they gave us and a light lunch. Trafalgar Village for being our first stop, and of course Kevin's No Frills was so generous with his fresh fruits and refreshments. What a heart of gold that man has. Oakville Place provided us with the kiosk to promote organ and tissue donation. And we'd also like to thank Longo's Fruit Market, Rabba Fine Foods, Dominion at Upper Oakville Mall, Tim Hortons for all of the replenishing refreshments. And there's tons of cake there, so everybody better eat it. Sheridan College, our third stop. Susan Atkinson and Julie Poslins, they were such a great help to me. I couldn't have done it without them. Chris at Corbett Sports, he's with Source for Sports now. He had a tent set up and donated cases and cases of water. Thank you so much. Iroquois Ridge Community Center, what a wonderful spot for our finish of such a great day spiritually. Thank you, Michael Brennan and your staff for their generous help. We'd also like to thank the Oakville Police Department, Fire Department, EMS Services, St. John's Ambulance, the Canadian Blood Services for providing a blood typing clinic in the atrium, and of course Mary Stevens for the great tour of the Lions Foundation Guide Dog School earlier today. Don Harmer, he's here creating a very special memory by videotaping Michael's Day. We will all have something to treasure forever. Thank you so much. Refreshments are available. Please grab something. And thank you again, everybody. God bless.